Where do you go for date night in Snohomish County? We're going to break down for you today our favorite restaurants, and we're going to throw in a couple of our favorite activities as well when you're wanting to get out of the house and go spend some time with your lover.
I'm so glad that we've started prioritizing date nights again. It's like going all these different places makes it really fun. Gives us something to look forward to every week. Gives us a reason to get dressed up or out of the house, and even when we don't feel like it.
Right. So for people that don't know us, we got married, or we met actually way back in 2006. Like, it was like before like Instagram was going, before this like swipe right for love kind of thing.
No, y'all remember like the T9 texting?
Yeah.
Like,
you had a flip phone when we met.
Yeah, sure did.
I had a BlackBerry. I was like hot shit.
You were hot shit, yeah. No, it was Nextel.
Yeah. No,
yes.
then it morphed into a BlackBerry there. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So we've been married for a while. We got married in 2008. We have 3 kids. We had our first child in 2009, and then in 11, and then 15. So kind of a wide range of ages. And sometimes when you're going through life, you get really busy with business and kids, and you kind of delay or postpone this idea of date night and prioritizing your marriage.
You kind of just get caught up in the day-to-day, and it's really easy to be like, no, I'm tired and I don't want to go out. I don't want to leave the house again. I'm already in my bathrobe, right? Like really, really easy to do that. And when that happens consistently over and over and over years, all of a sudden you forget what it's like to be connected. And when you're not connected, there is not a synergy in the house that is necessary in a happy marriage.
Yeah. I mean, it takes work, right? Like conscious work and intentional effort to put into your marriage to do this. But if you do this, you'll realize the same thing that we found is that this can really elevate things, right? It can give a great outlet for communication and synergy. So we do like 1 to 2 date nights a week. We've been pushing for 2 recently. It's been kind of like, pushing that. But 1 has been what we've done for a long time. Like that's pretty sustainable. 2 is like harder to do, but we've pulled it off a few times. But every Friday night is date night. And we want to kind of share with you like some of the places that we like to go in Snohomish County. We're big food people. Like when we travel, I usually have like reserved our restaurants months in advance. I've researched like everything on their menu. I have an Apple Note card on what we're going to order when we get there. So like I take the shit really seriously. I love food.
And 90% of the time, I don't order anything. I don't even open a menu. We believe in family style eating. So everything we order, or technically everything you order, sits on the table and we all get a little bit of everything. That's how we eat everywhere with anybody that we...
With all of our friends too. Yeah. And so we've usually typically got a pretty good idea what we're going to order before we even get there. Some of the things we're going to share with you today, the places we go to in Snohomish County, we go there so often that we've got like standing order notes.
People go, hey, it's high day. Hey, it's...
Show me the Apple Note, Mike. Yeah. So let's jump right into it though. Our favorite restaurants for date night. We're going to start with the fanciest one. And this isn't in Snohomish County. We're going to stretch this down into King County a little bit. Go down to Bellevue, go to Ascend Steakhouse. We were just talking about this like 5 minutes ago. Nothing to do with this video. Why is Ascend so freaking good? Why is it on our list?
It's on the list because the food is phenomenal and has the wide array of all the things that we love to eat, from great craft cocktails to excellent sushi to phenomenal steaks.
And more than that, it's got this amazing view too, right? Like you can see Mount Rainier, you can see Puget Sound. Like it's just jaw-dropping gorgeous view from way high up there in Lincoln Tower.
It's on the 32nd or 34th floor or something like that. And it's nice, like it's the kind of place that you can go to in jeans after work. Or even better, when it's dark and it's nighttime, you can dress up in a little cocktail dress, and it's really fun to dress up. Yeah,
it's definitely the most expensive place on this list that we're going to put there. Some of the things I'd recommend checking out if you go to Ascend, obviously the steak is really good. We're filet people, so we always get the filet there. They have sushi. We usually make the sushi like the appetizer, and they have some other apps that are really tasty there too. If you're into drinking, like they've got some great cocktails that Rach likes to drink as well. But definitely check that out. Very much a special occasion place. Like it's going to be expensive, but maybe like a birthday, anniversary, just celebrating like a big win at work or something could be a really fun place to go.
Absolutely. Yep.
Next up. Oh, this is like our current favorite.
Absolutely. I think we've been here weekly for the last 3 months.
Yes.
I think we've hit this weekly for the last 3 months. Kai Sushi in Everett, our main market.
Yep.
We discovered this, 3 or 4 months ago. As we love sushi. Like sushi is like the go-to food for us when it comes to our cheat meals, our off-plan meals, because it's still so clean and it's freaking delicious.
Right.
But this place is completely unassuming, has maybe a 10-foot storefront downtown Everett. And you go and it's incredibly simple, but man, is the sushi phenomenal there.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely freaking delicious. It's so fresh. A lot of people in Everett, they think of Katana, and we like Katana too, but Katana can be tough to get into. And it's just a little bit different vibe. Like, go check out Kai. It's just really, really good. And it's not super expensive. It's like $13 to $15 a roll for really good rolls. If you order like 2 or 3 a person, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's not outrageous. And it's super good. So after Kai Sushi, we're going to take a little trip over to Lake Stevens. We're going to go to LJ's. LJ's has been a date night spot for us for years. Freaking love that place. It's not only like a fun date night spot, but it's also, it's kind of gotten a well-known brunch now on Sundays, right? Where they've paired like really awesome homemade brunch food with really fun drinks.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's locally owned, right? Locally owned and operated, so it's fantastic to be able to support her. I don't think she takes reservations anymore.
They do it. LJ's. Remember, they didn't for years. It frustrated the shit out of me because, like, I'm a reservation guy. Like, I book things way in advance. I don't want to get there and wait in a line. I want to have the table waiting for me. And that's actually one of the reasons I didn't go to LJ's that often, is because I didn't want to deal with the chaos of the first come, first serve bullshit that they do over there. But then they got smart. They embraced, the age that we're in, and they got online reservations. Super cool. Makes a lot.
Okay, that does make it way easier. Okay, next one. This is a really fun one. We used to visit quite a bit more before we lived out in the boonies, but it's 5 Bistro over in Edmonds. So kind of near the Snohomish County, King County line in Edmonds, on the way to the Edmonds-Kingston Ferry, is this cool little place right off the highway called 5 Bistro. Why did we love 5?
The vibe is fun. It's like a little farm to table, kind of just cozy, bistro-ish vibe. And the food is top notch. Like, their flatbread pizza there is fantastic. They have a carne asada that's pretty top notch. They have some really good appetizers. Drinks are good. Local ciders. They have a pretty cool back deck in the summer. That's nice too. So it's just a nice location. Like, especially if you're going to poke around Edmonds and make like an evening out of that, or an afternoon, definitely worth going to 5 Bistro. After 5 Bistro, we jump over to Snohomish, and we go to a really well-known place called The Rep. It's around the corner there downtown. Really fun place. Definitely going to want to make a reservation there. It is not huge, and it fills up very quickly, especially on Friday and Saturday nights. But they have very good food. It's almost all made in-house, super fresh, very good. I've had the steak there a few times. Pretty solid.
It's right on the strip, so it's like perfect for an evening in Snohomish. Do some shopping at the little local shops, grab coffee beforehand. Like, it's a phenomenal location. So
yep. And last up on the list, your favorite,
our standby, let me tell you, is Playa Bonita.
Yeah.
The hands down the best Mexican restaurant in all of Snohomish County. Yeah, all of Snohomish County. It is just classic kind of American Mexican style food, but the service, it's all locally owned. It's the same family that's owned it for years and years and years. Their food is phenomenal and consistent. Their meat is really, really good. They just char it beautifully. And their skinny margaritas are literally the best I've had anywhere in the world.
Be very careful having more than 2 of those and driving. I can't even drink those anymore just because it gives me such bad heartburn as I get older. I feel like an old man. But they're very high quality. And they treat you like family there. It's just so welcoming, and they're such great people. We live out in Granite Falls, so we go to Granite Falls one quite a bit, but there's one in Arlington. There's one up at the Angel of the Winds Casino as well. And I feel like there's one. Oh,
there was in Marysville. I think they've closed.
Did it close? Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. So that's kind of our recommendations on the restaurant side of things. There's definitely more, but that's kind of like a good starting place. Go check off each of those. Let us know what you think. You can always put them in the comments below and let us know if you like those. But what about activities? Like, let's say that, hey, we don't want to go eat. We're just going to go do something fun. What's our go-to stuff? What are we going to recommend?
Well, and let's frame this a little bit, because like, we're foodies. We love food, but a lot of times, like, say we're on a strict eating plan and we can't go out and have sushi, or we can't go have a skinny margarita. So no fun. Nope, zero fun. So instead, we're going to go do an activity. So one of our absolute favorite things, because we're both pretty competitive people, is to hit up Arena Sports in Mill Creek and go have a little air hockey tournament.
You're going to find yourself amidst hundreds of small children when you go there. But if you're an air hockey fan like we are, it is definitely the place to go. Their table is wicked fast. Like, my eyes can't even keep up with it. It's moving so quick. I just took our 9-year-old daughter there last weekend. It is awesome. So much fun. I think I'm officially like 103-4 or something like that on my record. So
you'd like to think so.
Yeah. I'm holding the title of semi-pro in air hockey. So after air hockey, I like Green Mountain. Green Mountain is awesome in Granite Falls here, like where we live. We we are like, our inner redneck kind of comes out a little bit when we like to do Green Mountain, like to pull out the side by side, drive out the Mountain Loop Highway, a nice summer day, go out there. You can bring a gun if you want to rack off a few rounds, and you can get up there to a viewpoint. You can see all the way down to Seattle, Mount Rainier. It's pretty gorgeous.
Yeah.
They just did a big clear cut up there like in the last year or two, and so it's changed a little bit, got a different vibe than it used to have, but it is still really beautiful.
Yeah, you definitely want like a 4x4 vehicle to go up there. We love our side by side because they're street legal in Granite here. But once you head up there, like you said, if you go all the way up to see the view, you can see downtown Seattle, Mount Rainier. Other side, you can see all the way up to Mount Baker, and then you can see the ocean. So going up there for sunset is a pretty magical little experience.
Definitely. And then next up, axe throwing. Oh my gosh, up in Arlington.
So much fun.
Really fun to go check that out. We took our team there, like our real estate team, actually a couple months ago. It was a team activity, and I think you brought in like catering, like the barbecue place next door.
Yeah.
Moose Creek Barbecue, right?
Moose Creek Barbecue.
Freaking amazing, right?
And
if you want to do axe throwing and food, definitely recommend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they're super awesome there, also locally owned. So great to rent that space out. Great to go to that space and support those people. It's awesome. Last one that we'll talk about today is taking a walk down the Centennial Trail. We've talked about this before. Well, there's lots of different parts. So living in Granite, we like there's a connection kind of off of 127th and Lake Stevens. It's a really good one. You can kind of go under the bridge. Another part that's really, really good is if you go down towards Snohomish and you hop on that trail, kind of off of South Machias area, you can actually walk all the way down into downtown Snohomish, and it ends at yet another restaurant called honorable mention for this restaurant is Trail's End Tap House, downtown Snohomish. So if you're feeling really frisky and you want to go on a really nice long walk and then end with a nice cold beer,
Trail's End patio is awesome in the summer. It gets kind of small inside during the wintertime. Still fun, still cozy. They have a lot of beers on tap. Really fun way to end a walk. Great pizza, good sandwiches, really nice appetite.
But the Centennial Trail, the cool thing about it is it goes from, I think, all the way down into Bothell area, but Snohomish all the way up to Arlington. So there's tons and tons and tons, miles and miles of trails, whether you want to walk, bike, rollerblade, anything.
Out of towners might not know this, but a lot of it's paved. In fact, I think all of it is paved. Yeah, so it's very smooth. Yeah, super fun. Awesome. So that's our list for you guys. If you guys would like to connect with us, there's a couple ways you could do it. You could also obviously just follow our YouTube channel, just hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. You could also follow us on Instagram. I'm at The Real Mike Novak.
And I am at Rachael Novak, just my name with an extra A.
And then if you want to scope us out, you can go to meetthenovaks.com, learn all about us.